I know I just made a video. I don't care. I'm so pissed off about this whole book ordeal that I'm coming back at you with another video right afterwards. So this right here is the official Granbury ISD review of books. Yada yada. Bull honk, bull honk, bull honk. Well, today, I'm actually going to be reviewing it myself. Because it's so outlandishly stupid. So I've already gone over a little bit. Basically, it's like literally just a video.
The bill calling for the removal of books from our school libraries. I feel this new book banning bill is irresponsible, ignorant, and even dangerous. Many books on the list from Representative Kraus contain helpful information about abortions, sexual education, and human rights. Books that mention LGBTQ+ people make up over half the books listed. Removal of these books could lead to miseducation of teens due to lack of consistent information, which could add to mistrust in parents, teachers, and other adults in their life. This constant need to control youth and their development shows a systematic problem within this school system. So many histories, such as those of LGBTQ+ people, indigenous people, and that of the true history of our country will be erased if this book ban follows through.
So she's saying exactly what I said in my video. Literally almost word for word. It is disgusting, it's hateful, and the one thing I want to pay attention to is right here. This is Dr. Jeremy Glynn, not really a doctor. Don't let him fool you. He is a menace to society. I never liked him at all. But this is Dr. Jeremy Glynn. This is the school board district. You know, I think it's kind of sad that there is a bunch of 40, 50-year-old people sitting around that are the head of school board acting like they run the damn place, and they're acting like they are literally Dumbledore and Harry Potter's booking around their sticks being like, ooh, I'm going to tell you what to do. You are literally a 50-year-old man sitting around with a bunch of 60-year-old other people telling 15-year-olds that they can't read a book.
Is a responsibility of the state, which essentially makes Governor Abbott our CEO. As far as the concerns about removing books, let's not misrepresent things. We're not taking Shakespeare or Hemingway off the shelves, and we're not going and grabbing every...
Here's the funny part. So, he says this, and later in this, he quotes, we're not taking Ernest Hemingway out of, we were taking other thing off. And later he says, I have read these books. Here's the funny part. If he knew a damn thing about Ernest Hemingway had 3 different wives. 3. He abused 2 of them, and the 3rd one, like, he cheated on or something like that. Obviously, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, because Ernest Hemingway was crazy. Ernest Hemingway was a nutcase, dude. Ernest Hemingway was probably one of the craziest writers to ever walk the face of the earth, and I stand by that statement. Ernest Hemingway is insane, and he's glorifying it. He's like, yeah, we're going to take away all these books that, like, can teach you sex education and stuff like that, but let me keep somebody that abuses women and, like, literally killed himself with a shotgun straight to the face. Let me keep this. He is a good representation for my school and community. What double standard, dude. That is such a double standard. And, like, Ernest Hemingway, I could go on and on about Ernest Hemingway. Mans did drugs, killed himself, abused his wives. Mans is a nutcase, right? And Shakespeare, I don't really know much about, but I know I studied with Ernest, like, not with Ernest Hemingway, obviously, but, like, I kind of looked into Ernest Hemingway. Mans is a nutcase. So is Jeremy Glynn, if you couldn't tell.
Socially, culturally, or religiously diverse book and pulling them. That's absurd. And the people that are saying that are gaslighters, and it's designed to incite division.
All right, here's the funny part. He's saying this to children. He is saying this to 13-year-olds. This is like a 50-year-old man calling 13-year-olds gaslighters as he's gaslighting 13-year-olds. This man is so crazy. He's gaslighting 13-year-olds that are supposedly gaslighting him. They're not even gaslighting him. They're calling him stupid, which he is. Put this man in a retirement home. I'm out of the high school. What are they going to do? Revoke my diploma? No. I'm not going to revoke my diploma. I worked for that. I'm a free man. I can say whatever I want. Joke's on you. I'm not on the campus. I can say whatever I want. You're not going to stop me. If you knew a lick about literature, bro, you would... I didn't even pay attention in English class and I know all this stuff.
Abbott said that students should not have access to vulgar or pornographic materials in schools, and our district totally agrees with that.
There will be a but in this. I already know it.
Those are exactly the type of books we removed.
Wrong. Wrong. Very, very wrong, sir. You got rid of sex education, racial books teaching about racism and segregation and all this other junk. You got rid of LGBT books, bro. Pornographic. When was racism porn? The only time I could think of racism porn is literally black.com. And this boy is saying...
The books I removed were vulgar. The writing was sexually explicit and, in my opinion, pornographic. It has no place in the hands of 13, 14, or 15-year-old kids, and our school owes our community an apology for ever having allowed it into our schools.
Oh my God. I'm sorry for whoever fucking voted you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cuss. I'm sorry for whoever voted you into the school board, bro. I've talked to this man face to face. I have looked this man in the eye. I went to school with his son. This guy, I am so sorry for his son if he ever finds this video. But dear Jesus, bro. Dear Jesus, this man is an idiot.
We will conduct a full investigation and put processes in place to ensure it never happens again. And I hope and pray every school district in Texas will do the same.
Okay, here's the funny part, though. Every freaking... Oh, I'm having a stroke. Every single place in Texas, every school is not going to do it. Why? Every school, besides us, has a brain. It's not that hard to understand, Glenn. Educational director. Oh my God, bro. It's not that hard to understand. You're going to take out all these books about sexual education, but we don't teach sex ed at the high school. We don't teach it at the middle school. We don't teach it at the elementary schools. How am I going to know where to put my willy? I don't know. That's the problem. We put the condom on backwards. Woo. Dude. So how am I supposed to know when I knock up somebody what I'm supposed to do? How? How is the person I knock up? How are they going to know? I'm not saying I'm going to knock up a 17-year-old, but what my point is how are people going to know? They're not. Point in case.
Because like many communities and superintendents, I never thought it would happen here when it first came up. During my tenure, I have witnessed radicals come into our boardroom and go on to social media platforms to distort the truth, exaggerate issues, and badmouth our trustees.
Here's the funny part. We're speaking the truth. You literally say in the video how we're gaslighting you, but you gaslight people when they have an opinion. How does that make sense, Dr. Glenn? You say, oh, if you don't agree with me, then whatever, I'm not going to change my mind. All y'all gaslighters, but you guys are idiots anyway. What the hell are you thinking? Literally. What the hell are you thinking? This man should never touch grass again. Like, this guy should be locked up. It's so I don't understand how people can be so daft and literally run a school. Then again, Granbury High School was known for having a lot of illiterate kids. I'm not trying to be mean. It is very statistical. I said in my last video as well that there's a very high failing percentage of seniors and juniors last year during during the COVID vacation. A lot of fails, and that's just because people would rather crack open a beer than open a book, and that's how our school works. I'm quoting one of my friends, Peyton Smith. He said the exact same thing on his platform. He said it's really sad to see that our generation at our school would much rather crack open a beer than open a book and put their head into it. And I agree 100%. So it is not our fault that you're daft. It's your fault that you're daft.
To those individuals, please know, like the little boy's cry of wolf, you have lost all credibility to the majority in this community.
It's really sad to see this happen because we're not crying wolf. The term crying wolf means that, oh my God, something is happening and it's not happening. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, look. And it's not there. That's crying wolf. Nobody is crying wolf here, Dr. Glenn. Nobody's crying saying that, oh my God, look, it's a sex book. Nobody's saying that. Ew, it's a book about sex. Oh my God, look, it's a book about racism. Holy crap, there is a gay book in my library. Nobody is saying that. Tell me who's saying that. Email me. Have your goddamn tippy-tapping secretaries email my ass and tell me who the hell said that. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to FaceTime you. Whatever the fuck I gotta do. Who the fuck said that? Who's doing that? I'm not even in school, and I can tell you that you are one of the least intelligent people I have ever met in my life, and I work with high school kids. I'm literally a boss of a bunch of high school kids, and they're smarter than you.
We will not back down from you. We will not let you divide our school and community, and we will stand up for what's best for our children.
Here's the really sad part, is that he said you're not going to divide us, but we are divided. We are divided. We've already divided so heavily in the school. I actually purchased a hoodie, and Radical Gaslighter hoodie, and it's trying to sell 100. It just happened, like it literally just opened up maybe like an hour ago of me making this video, and they're trying to sell 100. There's like 90 sold already. That's bonks, bro. That's crazy. And it's I
want you to know this. Tonight I'm going to go home and I'm going to get a great night's sleep, because unlike you, I've actually read what's in those books.
And that ties into the point of, obviously, the fuck you haven't. You haven't read what's in those books, because obviously you never picked up a book in your damn life trying to compare Ernest Hemingway to, like, the Mona Lisa. You can't do that. You can't. You can't compare Da Vinci to Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway did a lot of fucked up shit in his life. But you're going to take out a book teaching us about sex education? Because it's pornographic? The term porn is using sexual solicited activities for one's pleasure. But how is that possible if sex education isn't for pleasure rather than education? How does that make sense, Dr. Glenn? Here's the thing. It doesn't.
And I'm proud that they've been removed from our shelves, and we've made the right decision for kids.
Dr. Glenn really gives me a headache. He really does. He's so out of touch with reality that I hate to compare him to Joe Biden when it comes to giving a speech, but it's sad because he's just like Joe Biden giving a speech.
When Governor Abbott's letter came out and regarding, it prompted our review of our libraries and what's in them, but also our processes and procedures and our policies.
It was only supposed to be about pornography, which I can kind of understand getting rid of some books about pornography, you know, like young adult books, like fandom books, you know, like not really Twilight, but like more on the lustful side of Twilight, like the more lustful side, I guess I should say, like 50 Shades of Grey. Like I can understand getting rid of those because that kind of gives a very demented reality of how the world works when it comes to sex, when it comes to like having a relationship. I can understand getting rid of those. But what the hell's going on with these other books?
And so this is just going to align those two policies. We still have some work to do to tighten up our processes and procedures, but this is going to align the policy so that in the event that we do have a book that is in our library that is vulgar and overtly sexual, it can be removed without review.
And then I just want to add to that, again, the direction we are going as a district, and I want to give a special shout out to Stacy Brown, who has agreed to chair the Library Book Review Committee moving forward. It's not a committee that we want on the back end removing books. What it is a committee that we want on the front end, looking at the material, making sure it's age appropriate, making sure that it's educationally suitable, and then placing it in our libraries. We don't want any one person to have unilateral authority to make these decisions. So,
are there any questions, comments from the board?
All right. This right here is a list of the books that have been removed. Already off the top, so they said vulgar or pornographic in the interview. Off the top of my head, let's see. Equal rights. Yeah, that's not looking too good so far. Equal rights. What a great way to start off. The Geography Club. Okay. History is all you left me. Good. Hold Me Closer, the Tiny Cooper story. Cool. If you're scared of the truth, don't read. Let's talk about love. Safe Sex 101. Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade. Separation is never equal. She loves you. She loves you not. Simon versus Homo sapien agenda. The boy I love. You, me, and him. What if it's us? Unpregnant. Under the lights. This book is gay. That's vulgar to you? Safe Sex 101 is vulgar to you? Segregation is vulgar to you? What the hell is going through your mind? What the hell is going through your mind? I am ashamed to say that my alma mater is Granbury High School. I am outright disgusted. The teachers there were great. You, Dr. Glenn, horrible. 0 out of 10. Get out of Granbury. Terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. Disgusting. And I know if I do get an email back, they'll be like, well, obviously you're gaslighting, blah, 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 blah. And the one thing I'm going to say to you is Ernest motherfucking Hemingway. So come at me.